Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 77 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on doing at least 2 things every day I don't want to do, but I know would be good for me. So yay for day 77 and yay for only 23 days to go. So I don't know what it is about having done stuff yesterday or maybe just doing stuff today, but I just feel a little bit better today, a little bit more energized today, or maybe it's just because today is my birthday. So happy birthday to me. Yay! Okay, so I wanted to have a whole bunch of things done before my birthday, and then I didn't, and I was feeling just despondent and discouraged because of that. And then today I just decided, I'm like, nope. I remember last year I was doing 100 days of celebrating myself, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna celebrate myself today just a little bit. And I'm grateful to God for reminding me that I'm worth celebrating and having fun. And I went to work today, of course, and they put up little things around work, little posters, not really posters, I mean they're just printed out pieces of paper on colored paper basically. I brought one home with me, but I forgot to bring it over here, that just says happy birthday, and then my name on it, and then it has a little cute picture of a cat on it, and it says, I just stopped by to wish you a happy birthday. It's so cute, it's so me, I so love it. So I brought one of them home with me, but there was probably like 10 or 15 just taped up all over on the walls around the building. And they do that for everybody's birthday. It's not just for me. And then of course they send out all the emails. And then of course, like the people coming in and out at work, every time they see the name on, they're like, oh, is it your birthday today? And I was like, yep, it is. Because of course they taped one right to the back of the computer. So everybody's coming up to the desk and sees that, and they're like, oh, whose birthday is that? Who's this person? I'm like, that's me. And they're like, oh, happy birthday. And I'm like, thank you. I actually kind of enjoyed the extra attention. Everyone's like, oh, it was so nice of you to share it. I'm like, so sorry you had to work today. And I'm like, I'm not. Look at all the extra attention I get just for being at work today. People wishing me happy birthday. So then they're all asking me what I'm doing and what I'm going to do to celebrate and all of these fun, fantastic things. And I was like, nothing. I'm like, I might go out with my kids on the weekend or something, but I'm not doing anything special, fantastic, whatever. Might just go bake something or do something. And then I was thinking about it as I left work, that I was like, today I'm doing things to take care of myself for my birthday this year. And it's not specifically on my birthday day. I wanted it to be on my birthday day, but like I saw the doctor yesterday because I wanted to figure out, it's been 6 months and I want to know what's going on with my blood work and all of those things and where I'm at. And so taking care of myself. And tomorrow I have a dentist appointment. So it's kind of all in the month of my birthday and doing things to take care of myself. And I think those are good things. And working on my book, which I did not do today because I did not want to, it was overwhelming. So I was just like, And then I'm like, it's my birthday. I shouldn't have to do things today that I don't want to do just because it would be good for me. But I did do things I didn't want to do, like getting out of bed and exercising this morning. But I did that. And then, of course, I was at work and there was an interesting situation I did not want to deal with. And I tried to pass it on to somebody else. And they're just like, oh, you can just do this. And I was like, I'm not allowed to do that. But I did it. And I guess it was okay. I have no idea. I didn't get in trouble for it. So I'm assuming that means it's okay. But I was very uncomfortable doing it. I just really didn't want to do it. It wasn't anything bad. There's just like kind of a hierarchy at work, and so it's like you go up the channels, you don't go directly to whoever's at the top, and in this particular situation I needed to go to the person at the top or near the top, at the top, whatever. And so I asked the person in between, and they were like, oh, well, they're over there doing this, so as soon as they're done you can just talk to them. And I was like, I can just do that? Like, I don't want to get in trouble for doing that because I've been told not to do that. So it's kind of one of those things. And I mean, it's not like I don't ever do stuff like that. It's just not for this particular thing. It's probably not making any sense because I have mentioned before, I work at a doctor's office. So the doctors don't take personal phone calls. They don't take phone calls from patients. They don't usually take phone calls from other places. And if they do want to do like a peer-to-peer something or other, there's usually like a whole bunch of messaging back and forth, and it gets set up for a different day, and they do it on their own time or in their office. And it's usually done by the medical assistants and not by the front desk clerks, which is what I am. So I had a situation today where someone called and they wanted to talk to the doctor about something. And I was like, okay, I don't know if this is okay. And so I asked the medical assistant, and they're like, well, just ask the doctor. And I was like, okay, but he's in a room with a patient. She's like, well, he's almost done. Just ask him when he comes out. So I sent him like a inter-office message and he didn't respond to it. And I had somebody on hold for like literally 16 minutes. I was like checking to see when he came out and getting up the nerve to go and ask the doctor if he was willing to take the phone call. And he was like, okay, sure. But to point out how much they don't use the phones, I mean, they don't talk on the phones. He was like, he didn't even know what his own extension was because we don't usually transfer phone calls directly to the doctors. So they don't normally do that. So it was an exception to the rule today, and it was something outside of my comfort zone. But I did it, and I guess it worked out okay because he was willing to take the call, and I did not get in trouble. So I was like, okay. But I didn't feel comfortable doing it. But I am learning that I can do things that are outside of my comfort zone. I also called my insurance company today because apparently they don't know when my birthday is, which is today. But apparently they don't know that. So I can't use my insurance. And I was like, why am I paying for insurance when I can't even use it because they can't even input the information correctly? And then I called them on my lunch break today, which was cut short because we had a really long meeting today. And it was good, but it was interesting, but it wasn't, it wasn't like educational and it wasn't like necessarily business related. It was just, it was more team building, I guess would be what you would call it. So it was team building. So it was a good thing. It was nice. And we have those every Tuesday. So there's always something, and usually it's more business related and not necessarily team building. So it was kind of nice to have a little team building and supporting of each other, which was nice, but it took up pretty much all of lunch. And so I took like 5 minutes to try to like call the insurance company. And of course I got a hold of somebody and then they couldn't find me in the system. And I'm literally reading my ID number off of my insurance card and they can't find it in the system. And then he's like, well, we have a new system and I don't have access to the new system. So I'm going to transfer. I'm like, I've already been talking to this guy for over 5 minutes. And then he transfers me to somebody else. And then I'm like, I have to go clean up for lunch and I have to go back to work because my lunch break is over because the meeting lasted too long. So I did let billing at the office know because of my doctor's appointment yesterday. I'm like, don't send in the bill because they're not going to pay it because they don't have my information right. So she's like, okay, let me know when you get that sorted out and then we'll send the bill and go from there. So I was like, at least I can do that so that they're not like having it bounce and having to get a hold of me and like that whole back and forth thing with the insurance. So I'm kind of saving them a little bit of work, but it's not work for me. I still have to call them again tomorrow because I hung up because I got tired of waiting on hold and because I had to go back to work, which I did not want to have to do, but I had to go back to work. And so that will have to wait and be resolved another day. And then it was nice and hot today at lunch, and then tonight it's nice and cool, and it rained a little bit. It only sprinkled a little bit, so it wasn't too bad, and I didn't get a headache, so that made me happy, especially since it's my birthday. So, but I did have to go to the church tonight for something, and I walked over there, and then I couldn't find an open door, and my bishop kept texting me, are you coming? Are you there? Did you check in? I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And I'm like, I should probably be a little bit nicer about that. And then I had to go by my bishop's house on the way home. And he's like, we haven't chatted for a while. You haven't just come in and like talked and caught up and see what's going on. And I was like, nope, we haven't done that for a while. It's like, you should make an appointment and come see me. And I was like, yay. No, I love my bishop and it would be great to go and catch up with him. But that's not really something that I was putting on my calendar or even thinking about doing because I'm like, okay, there's not really something specifically. Usually I go when there's something specifically I needed. And I think the last time that I was going there regularly, it was they were helping to pay for me to see a counselor, and he figured if I was going to see someone like mentally that I should also be seeing my spiritual advisor, which was my bishop. And then he got really busy and he had me see one of his counselors, and I did that for a while, and then then I stopped doing counseling and stopped doing that, and not that I didn't appreciate it, it was good, but at some point you kind of graduate from counseling. Not that it isn't helpful, but I'm doing okay without it. And I mean, I have seen my bishop a few times since then for other things when I've needed it. But it's been a while. So I'm like, yeah, it has been a while since we've just kind of sat and talked and had 20 minutes or half an hour or whatever. Usually when I've been there, it's like for tithing settlement or some other thing. I think the last time I talked to him was tithing settlement, and I got a calling, got put in the primary for that. So, which is fine. I was like, yay, I can do that. So that was fantastic. And then what was the other thing tonight? I didn't know what I'm doing tonight. I wanted to make something for my birthday because it's my birthday. And I kind of wanted to make a cake with strawberries in it, but I wanted to make it for someone else and not for me. And then I thought, I don't want to put the time and effort into that because it's much later tonight than I wanted it to be because of all the other things I ended up doing tonight that took longer than I thought they would. So then I was spending a lot of time on my phone trying to figure out flours because I try to do substitute flours. And I'm just getting bored of oat flour and oatmeal and oats. So when I went grocery shopping last week, I just bought stuff that was not oats at all. So I bought like cornflakes and I bought cornmeal and I bought some coconut flour. And then I bought something else. And I probably should have tried the coconut flour tonight. That would have been good. I was going to save it for the strawberry cake with coconuts and strawberry. I thought would be good, but maybe I should have put it with the chocolate muffins that I'm making tonight because I decided to do chocolate muffins instead of chocolate cake. But I bought a different kind of flour, and I have no idea what kind of flour I bought. So, because I went to the store where they have like the bulk stuff and you just like scoop it into a bag, and I can't remember the name of it, and I didn't write it down, and of course I threw away the little tag on it, and the tag just has a number. It's like a bin number, and I don't even know if the bin number would be the same for different stores to even tell you what kind of flour it was anyway. And then what else? I don't even remember. And then so anyway, I threw that away, and I don't have the receipt. I threw that away too. I don't hang on to any of that stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's trash, it's trash, it's trash. So I have no idea what kind of flour I bought. So I'm like Googling it and trying to figure out what kind of flour I bought. And I have no idea what kind of flour I bought. So I don't know if I used too much flour or not enough flour. I don't know if it has to bake at a higher temperature, lower temperature, if it has to bake longer or for less time than regular flour. And I did all that experimenting with the oat flour, so I know what to do with the oat flour, but I don't know what to do with this flour. I don't even know what kind of flour this is. So I'm just like, well, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I wanted something for my birthday for me, so I can take a picture and say, hey, I made muffins for my birthday, and I might make cake or something else later this weekend for my birthday, which would be fine. But I just, I don't know, I just feel like for today, I just feel grateful that I'm doing stuff to take care of myself for my birthday, and that's good enough for me to know that I'm doing things to take care of myself, and I'm making my video, and I've read my scriptures and meditationals, and I will journal tonight, and I did not work on my book today because I just wanted a break from that. But I am grateful that I could make something for me just because, and grateful that it's my birthday, and grateful for anyone choosing to watch these videos. And I do apologize. I did have a couple of things in here about things I did not want to do for today, but I also just wanted to celebrate because of stuff that I did today because it's my birthday, and I just like having fun doing that. So anyway, that's what I have for today. So if you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude and maybe find one or two things to do today that you don't want to do, but you know would be good for you.